What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Coming in Clutch. I am Cody Lewis, a.k.a. LA Car Spotter.
I am Lorenzo Iacomini, the Speedy Guidi. Guys, we got a good episode for you because we have KeysToTheJungle on the show today.
Excited. This here is a friend of mine. His Instagram handle is what you would probably know him best by, KeysToTheJungle. He's got approaching 200,000 followers. Have you made it above the crest?
Nope.
You're so close.
Getting there.
You're so. It's got like 199,000 followers.
If you're sitting at home, just freaking mash that follow button. Help him get there. Come on.
Yeah. But Michael Durr over here, and he loves purple cars, and he does some crazy stuff to them.
Welcome on the show, man.
Which we'll talk about.
Pleasure having you on. Pleasure also meeting you. It's the first time we've ever met. So.
Absolutely.
All right. So I personally don't know much about you. So why don't we just get it started? What kind of automotive enthusiast are you? Like, what kind of cars make your gears turn?
Absolutely. So I've kind of focused on the rarest of the rare cars, typically the newer stuff.
Hypercars, right?
Yeah, so pretty much hypercars.
The hottest of the hot shit.
But I love weird stuff, you know? So if there's a car that's got parts that are on it that shouldn't be on it, I'm like, I like that, you know? I've
freaking rad, yeah.
Yeah, I started doing stuff that started changing colors on cars and started photoshopping different ends of one car on another car. You know, I like to see people that do creative stuff to cars.
Right.
You know?
No, I dig that. I dig that. What's your favorite of the hypercars? If I can even even answer that.
So there's a purple car in London. Well, actually, it was in London. Now it's in Germany. Called Zigen. It's in a Koenigsegg Agera R.
Is that the one with
Which
gold
one is
too?
that?
It's gold.
It's purple with gold stripes and purple carbon down the middle.
That thing's freaking sick.
Insane.
So I have to say I love purple cars. No one fucking likes purple cars.
Oh, is that why you're jumping into purple car stuff? I'm like, why don't you slow the hell down and let me tell people who the heck this guy is before you start asking him his preference in cars?
Because I want to talk about purple fucking cars.
I know. That's what I get it now.
You have purple in your car. Just leave us alone.
Yeah.
Purple
on his
nothing
hoodie, purple
against
on his
purple.
watch. Come on now.
Yeah.
I got
Like
purple everywhere.
Dude, give me a purple P1. I want a purple P1.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. Cody, you're paying for it.
All right. So we've established that these guys like purple, but basically KeysToTheJungle. That's like Instagram is like your main platform, correct?
Yeah.
And
started doing stuff on TikTok, but Instagram is the main thing.
Wait, you just started doing stuff on TikTok. I thought you were saying you started on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, that's weird chronologically. No, but you've got a ton of followers on Instagram, and you have a shit ton of posts of cars that people don't get to see, and a lot of them don't actually exist because you've manipulated them somehow in Photoshop. But like what is it? What is your Instagram about? Like, you've got so many cars there. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
How do you have how do you have such a strong following, and like, you know, what's going on there?
So I think part of the key was starting really early. You know, I started in 2014. So
okay,
I was one of the
like
early
with
guys
just
in the
car
game.
stuff.
Yeah, just car stuff. You know, I had like a personal Instagram up until that point. Followed different people. You know, a lot of the repost accounts like Car Lifestyle and Cars Without Limits, whatever. Saw a couple other people just being specific photographers. Alex Penfold is obviously a notable one. There's a guy, New York Exotic Cars, and I said, you know what, I want to do something like that.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, I can just, like, I'm not a good photographer or anything, but I like taking pictures. I just got a camera for like photography class and whatever. I just started taking pictures of stuff, and you know, one thing led to another, and I realized that it's a fantastic networking tool. You know?
Absolutely. So that's like, is that primarily what you use Instagram for, is like networking?
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm kind of in a similar boat. Like I like taking pictures, but I kind of leave the real photography to the photographers. Like there's a ton of super talented photographers out there that their focus is to take really awesome pictures.
Yeah.
And you know, I see you are taking great pictures, like to get the picture of the car, but most of the manipulation of the picture would come from like actually just messing with the car, like the color of the car, taking out the headlights or adding 6 doors or whatever like you do to cars. But I mean, that's like the spice of it. But yeah, like that's how I feel about my account, is like I'm more of just like a record of the car than like trying to have the coolest, best picture of the car possible.
Yeah. Ultimately, you're the LA car spotter. You're not doing this for art or for anything else. Just, you and I enjoy seeing the stuff. Yeah,
but it's got to be a good enough picture for people to look at, or else then people don't want to look at it. So like then, were you just posting pictures of cars, or were you doing the Photoshop stuff also?
I started doing that stuff really early. I like scroll back on my page and I was like, wow, I did this way earlier than I thought. But it's not like I knew what I was doing back then. I had like Lightroom on my phone. Like, I had no idea.
It's impressive though, dude. Photoshop is tough shit.
Some of the stuff that he does though, it like looks pretty legit.
I've done
some stuff looks pretty crazy, and like it's like it's almost like on purpose. The wilder it is, the more people get a reaction you get, more engagement you get out of it as well.
Yeah, I get good engagement from the goofy stuff, but the point of the matter is a lot of these people, especially in our space where people are taking pictures, they take it so seriously, Yeah. And I'm like, guys, like, it's not a competition. I mean, a little bit, but like at the end of the day, we're just out here because we all enjoy cars.
Right? Totally.
I think everyone's good. Yeah, just fucking say that again, man. Yeah. Everyone's too much hate.
And so, there's a lot of competition in this space as opposed to other industries. You look at music producers; they're always collaborating with each other. No one's collaborating with cameras,
Sure.
And so, I've taken this and said, hey, look, don't be so serious about this. I'll add 6 wheels to this car. I'll add extra doors to this car. It's. A lot of people, they hate too much, and I'm like, just look at it as abstract art or something like that.
I like that.
I think because Instagram has given people a really easy way to kind of develop a living portfolio for their photography, that there are so many different reasons that people use Instagram, and so many different ways that you can take advantage of the tools that Instagram gives you. So like it can really be a useful tool for people who are like photographers that want to have like the best, sickest photos. And, a lot of people complain about them fucking up the quality and, kind of like whatever it is. But I think that it all depends on like what you're using Instagram for. And that's another thing that comes with the territory of having a large following, is that with good also comes bad. So as there's people that are there following you and joining your following, there's also a ton of people that are like, why the hell would you do this to a car? Like, why would you do such a thing? Like, why would you take a perfectly good picture of a LaFerrari and add 6 more taillights, Like, and like, so how do you deal with that kind of stuff? Like, that's fun.
Yeah. And, actually, I'll tie this back to another pretty controversial figure, is Gary Vee. I think that he has a very good mindset when it comes to haters. He's always looked at haters with empathy.
That's great. I hate that guy.
Yeah. And like, he's extremely annoying, but if you actually take the words that he says, like a lot of the stuff that he says is pretty legitimate stuff, and he says that, a lot of these haters, you have to have a lot of empathy for them because they're not in your same shoes, right? So they don't know your life from your experiences, your standpoint of things. So how are they supposed to understand why you do something, And if they're just going to hate, they're putting all this energy into something that they're not going to change. Like, you and I are not going to change unless something really drastic happens. So, I look at all these people that are hating on stuff, and I'm like, if you met me, you'd probably have a different perspective on me, because I talk very differently in person, can be a little edgy online, but like, a lot of these people, they just make assumptions before anything else.
Yeah, well, being online is a difficult space because there's just most people are just kind of like keyboard warriors behind a screen, so they feel free to say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, other than the pictures that you post, like how do you get to see these cars? Like, what do you seem to go to a lot of events or be involved with a lot of events or know a lot of collectors? Mm-hmm. Like, well, how do you get involved with that kind of stuff?
I'm super, super fortunate with a lot of the stuff that I've seen, you know. So a lot of it's public events. Sometimes I get invited to stuff. Sometimes I'll actually do media for it. The more work-related side of things. I've gotten flown places by companies. Sometimes a friend will just invite me and say, hey, you should check this out. This is super rare and exclusive, something you'd appreciate. And so, I've had a good group of people around me that have actually helped me get to see a lot of this stuff. Even here, in California, like, I've had people make phone calls on behalf of me to get to see stuff. And, I'm really thankful for that. No one can do everything by themselves,
Right,
so it takes a community.
Speaking of what you've seen, what have you seen recently that's really set your hair on fire?
Yeah, because you're from. We might have not mentioned this. I definitely didn't mention this, but you're based out in Florida, so you're just here in LA for a little bit. So obviously you've been making your rounds to try to see as many cool cars as possible. So like, what kind of cool cars have you seen so far?
Believe it or not, I didn't hit any of the LA dealers.
No LA dealers?
No.
Not even like
didn't even hit O'Gara, Marshall Goldman, none of it.
Nothing.
No. But I did hit everything in Orange County.
I don't think there's anything too crazy right now up here in LA at the dealers.
No.
But
nothing new.
But Orange County has had some stuff. So what have you seen? Cool dealers. You were also at Malibu Cars and Coffee this morning.
I'm trying to think of stuff I can say.
Well, I mean, like
I've seen some special colors.
If you're not gonna see it, I'm gonna say he saw the Devo, he saw the ladybug. Jesus, I got it's pulling teeth over here. Yeah, I'm talking about one specific car because I haven't gotten to see it yet.
I'm sorry, you will though.
Yeah, my name's Cody, and I didn't get to see
it. So you got to see the ladybug, all right?
Yes. But I've gotten to see better stuff than the ladybug.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. All right.
So we'll talk about it later then if you can't talk about it. I'm interested to see what that is.
Yeah, we'll get the inside scoop.
You know what I really want to see? It's car news too because it just came out this week and everyone's been going freaking crazy about it. Is the Singer ACS rally car?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That thing. I have not met a person
I just want to see it in Rothman livery.
Dude, me too. I haven't seen a single person who doesn't love that car. Mm-hmm. Like everybody is like,
was insane.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Did you see it in person?
No.
It's in Britain. No. It's in Britain now, I think.
All right, cool. Well, let's talk about cars you've seen in person.
Right, let's start
so
swimming.
Like the Devo, the ladybug. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan
of. It looks way better in person.
Okay. Great, because I know the guy who owns the car, and he's a great guy, and he has a really interesting collection of cars, like the Hell Bee and the Hell Bug are super cool, but they're also like, not everybody's flavor. I think the yellow rims on the Hell Bee are definitely like, so he's definitely
Spicy.
Out there as far as like his taste. He's got a yellow 6x6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got an insane, like, Mansouri yellow 6x6. It's freaking crazy.
Those things are like 1.5. That's insane.
It's not the Brabus one. It's like the Mansouri one, I think. So it has like
Mansouri.
What it has that?
What's your pronunciation of it? We go back and forth a lot.
Mansouri.
Mansouri.
I just grew up with a kid in high school, and
he also says orange. So don't listen to this guy.
I'm from New York. He's from Florida.
You say orange too?
Orange.
Yeah, see, he says orange.
Whatever,
down in
man.
Orange County.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And he says Porsche.
Yeah,
that's
wrong.
You like Porsche. You should say Porsche.
It's P car.
You're a fucking bitch. Not you.
So I'm glad that the Devo looks better in person. I've yet to see a Devo. I haven't even seen Coco's yet.
You've seen the one at Pebble Beach though?
Yeah, but that was like the launch spec, which I think so far is one of my favorite specs. I'm not crazy about the Ladybug spec.
Yeah.
And I'm not crazy
will.
about, what's his name? KHK got one also?
Oh,
He
wait.
got a dark gray one, and then the inside is all red, white, and blue. Like
Yeah.
French.
Oh.
A blue, white, and the lid.
There's a really nice Pure Sport. I think it's
Yeah, have you seen the Pure Sport?
red
Yeah,
interior.
there's
that
one
one.
in Newport right now.
Okay, dope. How'd you
Yeah.
like that? Was that your first Pure Sport?
First customer one, yeah. I saw the demo one
Dope.
a couple months ago.
Okay.
They're
Is that
slightly
is that
different in color.
is that the first Pure Sport in America?
Second. There's
Second.
Miller Motor Cars was first.
Is that a
The
was
white
that a oh, that was a sick one.
Oh shit!
Oh, you did it again.
It was falling off. I'm just gonna hold it like an
no,
anchor.
don't do that.
I'm just gonna hold it. It's fine.
All right. No,
It's all
you-
good. Let's
This
get.
is why we
let's,
can't have nice things.
Yeah. We fucking you missed it before this whole thing came down. Let's ask him more about him. Enough of the spotting these stupid cars. Because
Right.
guess what? In a week, no one's gonna give a shit about him.
Yeah, but I made the Devo purple and everyone likes it.
Because purple's freaking swag.
See, when you posted the purple Devo for a second, you got me. For a second, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I was like, "Nope, it's Keys. It's this guy doing his
Question.
color
What's
shift
the
again.
end goal for Keys to the Jungle? Like, where do you see it going?
Yeah.
What is the current goal of Keys
Yeah.
to the Jungle?
Obviously it's to see every car in the world, but at the end of the day, I use it as a platform to help people deep down, help understand who they are, right? So
the
well,
car is just a front.
yeah, so while the cars are to bring together the community,
Okay.
and I love, obviously, cars are oxygen for me.
Absolutely.
You know, going a lot through last year without cars is tough, but bringing together that community is awesome. But having that community actually reach more of their own potential is even more fulfilling.
Right.
So, I try and work with a lot of people to help them better their mindset as to, get into that mindset of working towards owning the cars themselves.
Mhm.
All these people, they don't just like cars to look at them; they want to own them.
Totally.
So, I try and help people as much as I can to do that themselves.
Is
They
that
can
what
all have
is
it.
that what you think like sets your Instagram apart from others? Because you have the cars and you do the cool Photoshop, but do you think that it's like a little deeper than that? Like, why do people follow you?
I think they're stupid. That's why. No.
Yeah,
Very blunt. All right.
But no, I do. I try and go a little bit deeper than most people. A lot of people are out here just posting pictures and seeing stuff, and it's about them and what they see. And I care more about the community itself and bringing people together and all of that. Where I'm always responding to stuff. I go to sleep every night making sure my DMs are read, which is like unheard of. So
Right.
So what makes you an authority on that? What's your experience with like that type of motivation,
Yeah.
or needing that type of motivation, or why you would feel that there is a need for that in the community? Like, where does this come from?
There are a couple things to answer that, and that go in very different directions. The first thing that I would say is why people need it is because I think that social media is a very toxic place, generally speaking.
Word. 100%.
A lot of people put each other down. A lot of people say really bad things to one another, to strangers, to friends, to people they're jealous of. And, it shouldn't be that, Like, you need to make social media your own as to what you want it to get out of it, right? And, I try and not follow people that I don't like. There are plenty of other people I could include in the community, but I'm just like, I don't need you. And other people don't have guidance at home to learn that themselves, right? I've been super fortunate. I have great parents that have taught me a bunch of stuff, but I've also talked with a lot of these car owners. All these car owners have some piece of advice to give you. And it's all different. They all give different advice. It's not all just like work hard every day for the rest of your life, but it's like watch out for this, or be prepared to do that, or you need to take care of this person and that in order to make things happen. And, a lot of the people that go to these car shows, they don't have the same interaction with these car owners. I've been very fortunate, right? So I'd like to take some of the stuff that I've learned and share it with those people. So that kind of multifaceted question there.
Okay.
No, I mean it makes a lot of sense. Obviously, like having the access that you have to not only the cars but the owners themselves, you have a lot of insight on a high level, which is good.
Yeah.
And just like also experiencing a lot of this kind of. Are you good over there with your microphone?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it look okay?
Yeah, you look like you're having a blast.
It's kind of chill to sit back like this. I like it. I
This is the added scene from iRobot, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeez, what's going on?
What, I'm trying to get comfortable.
Well, yeah. All right. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. This is a shorter episode here, guys, so we got to kind of rush through things. Should we
How much time do we have?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Let's talk about some cars that you've recently been seeing, because this guy's been like blowing up on Instagram with all these freaking videos.
Jeez.
We'll start first with the this beautiful McLaren that you saw. One of how many? 15?
One of 15.
One of 15.
So
what's the name?
It's the McLaren Sabre.
What makes it special?
Code name BC03.
And what makes it special?
And basically, this car was. I mean, it's special because it's just another crazy McLaren. There you go. It's another crazy McLaren to add to the list of crazy freaking McLarens.
Why is it exist?
Well, like, what's cool about it? All right. So, guys, the McLaren Sabre is the Senna GTR engine and drivetrain, but it's kind of like a mishmash of the Speedtail that looks like it's been like it's like the Elva that looks like it's smushed with a Speedtail and then wrapped in a carbon fiber top. It looks like a Keys to the Jungle post. I'm not gonna lie. Like he
actually designed it. Little do we know.
Let's take the Elva front end and then let's take the Speedtail back end and then let's take the Senna GTR wing, but it's road legal. And apparently there was only supposed to be 5 of them. The story goes, which I'm sure you guys have heard on a bazillion other YouTube and podcasts and whatnot. There was only supposed to be 5 of them, and it was Dan MI, like down in OC Dan, and he was like, "Wow, this BC03, this." Which was a Gran Turismo design that they did, a Vision Gran Turismo design that they did back in like 2017, 2018. He's like, wouldn't this be cool if they made something like this as a street legal car? So he wanted to have him and like 5 or 4 of his friends have these cars made specifically by MSO, and they went through a couple different design things and long story short, they tried to sell 5 allocations, or 4 including Dan's, and they were only able to get 3, and they couldn't fill the 4th allocation or something. The project was scrapped, and then they brought it back, and they decided to do 15, and the 15 are all road legal, and they're about $3.4 million. And so far,
damn, I didn't know they were that much. That's freaking insane, man.
Yeah,
how much
but
is a Speedtail?
it's a Senna GTR.
Speedtail $2 million?
Speedtail, I think MSRP is $2 million.
Yeah.
Damn, so it's like the most expensive
so
McLaren by like far.
All right, so technically
insane.
as a new model and not just like a variation of a model, like obviously the MSOX is a variation of a model. The I guess technically the prototype X1 is a super limited car. That's based off of the 675 LT. But this is like the most limited McLaren made. Only 15. So like that's why they're so expensive.
Interesting.
I've managed.
What do you think about them?
I think they look sick. They look really cool.
I think the proportions are a little weird.
I think it also looks cool.
I also haven't seen one. You happen to be at the best corner in the world.
So yeah, so I managed to be able to see the McLaren Sabre.
Speaking of corners, you saw another car on a street corner recently drive down Rodeo Drive. What was that?
Yes, that was the Lamborghini Sion. Cyan.
For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like bridging the gap. It's like I see the
It's
Sion
the end
like
of the Aventador, I think.
I see the Sion the same as the Reventon. Remember the Reventon was bridging the Aventador and the Murcielago, which then led to the styling of the Aventador.
That's what we thought was the Centenario. We thought the Centenario was going to be the end of the Aventador, and that was going to be bridging the gap to the next style direction of Lamborghini, but that didn't happen because then they came out with the SVJ, and we thought that was going to be the end of the Aventador.
And then another one coming.
And then, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, that's based off the Aventador.
The SJ.
Mm-hmm.
The Z.
Super Yoda.
Fucking sucking.
Oh, is that? Have you seen it?
I mean, I've seen pictures of it, but I've heard it from a Lamborghini dealer that it's coming. But
Is it going to be like the Huracan STO, like
it's
race?
Basically an Aventador Evo.
That's cool.
Centered exhaust, stuff like that.
Like race level.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's the one
No
that people
wing.
have seen kind of be
the green
camouflaged.
picture,
There's been a couple camouflage
Oh,
pictures.
I
of this
didn't know
car.
that. That's sick
Yeah,
as hell.
for sure.
New
And-
Nürburgring.
Well, they have
thing.
Lambo actually has released that they're making this. What was it like their SC30 or some shit that's like a race.
CV12.
The race Squadra Corsa car. That's just a race car. It's not a road car, and there's only going to be a handful of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just that. Whatever. If it's not road legal, it's not really that cool. I mean, it's cool, but it's like it's cool for people that are gonna only take it on the track or like, you know.
This is just embarrassing.
What this microphone?
What
are you doing?
Fucking leave me alone.
What are you doing?
I don't want to hold the arm.
Wow,
Like this.
we really blew it with this one. And by this one, I
talk
mean,
amongst yourselves.
All right, so yeah, and then I saw the Sion. The Sion is like 845 horsepower.
Fuck.
It's like a hybrid, and it's dope. And I caught it while I was driving on my little electric dirt bike, and I caught O'Gara while they were taking pictures of it, and I just like pulled up on it.
You and your dirt bike, man.
Man, that thing is a freaking hoot.
Do you want to plug them?
Yeah, for sure. Ben's Bikes has I've been riding the crap out of this thing. It's an electric dirt bike, and it's made by Segway, and Ben's Bikes is like the only distributor out here in LA that sells them, or in SoCal, and he also modifies them and stuff. But I've been using mine as like a spotter mobile and just cruising around because it's so easy to just like rip around the streets and like follow cars, and not in a creepy way, but you know what I mean, like just
that's what you do in a creepy way.
See a car. Go fuck yourself. So yeah, no, I catch stuff.
I'm stopping you right there. You've been talking too much and your mouth breathing. We have 12 minutes left to go, so let's ask our last question. Our last question we ask all of our guests. You have a 3-car garage. Dream car garage. Money is no object. What do you choose?
3-car garage.
You can we give you an extra 2 if you want, because we realize 3 is very difficult.
3 is difficult.
And you can't like imaginary Photoshop them. Can't be like, I would take a Koenigsegg Regera with
6
4
wheels.
seats. And
I don't know.
12
Why not?
wheels.
Screw it if he wants it.
Yeah,
Koenigsegg would make him that if he
well,
wanted, if he
yeah.
had the money.
Well, you know what my plan is, right? So my plan is to buy Zildjian and switch it over to an Agera RS spec. So change the wing and change the arrow on all that.
That's rad.
That's gonna be sick. So that's gonna be the centerpiece. I think an Apollo IE would be really cool. I know that they have tons of problems. So
That's an interesting
You know, I
take.
think-
We never talked about that once.
How's that already in like?
That's the one with the exhaust that's like a Y, right?
yeah.
The insane ass.
Mhm.
Intensa emozione.
Yes.
Intensa emozione, yeah.
All right. So hypercar.
Mm-hmm. And then, does this leave any room for like dailies outside of it, or?
I mean,
do
dude,
we
you
need
get
do we need a
three.
proper
You
daily?
you get 3
Think it-
cars, but we
I still
understand
think-
that you're a
I still
car
think it-
person, so we give you a 2-car leeway.
So since I bought a Tesla this year, I have to keep something electric, and a Tesla Roadster is definitely part of that.
All right. Do we actually think that Tesla Roadster is ever going to see the light of day?
They're about 2.5 years out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? I mean, I don't
That's
like know
because
anything
it's
about it.
easy to say.
No,
2.5 years is far out enough
So
to.
2.5 years is actually legitimate at this point.
Is it because of the the R&D going into it is taking that much time?
Yes. So basically, how Tesla works is they have a single motor, a dual motor, and a tri-motor, right? So my car has a dual motor. So I have a Model S. with a dual motor. So the tri-motor is what goes in the Roadster, and they're also having that option for the Cybertruck, right?
Uh-huh.
The
Which
Cybertruck's
they
the one that's
also are barely going to build.
That's
Where the fuck is that?
That's coming at the end of the year. So they are finishing the R&D on that before they actually produce them.
Yeah,
because they
I
sold
guarantee it won't look like
625,000 trucks.
Guarantee it won't look like what we saw.
It's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, maybe.
Apparently.
But
So basically,
I like it.
The thing
I mean, I'm down for it. I want to see it, but I just have a feeling that a lot of people put in these pre-orders for $100, and they're thinking, "Oh shit, we got pre-ordered 650,000 pre-orders for this truck," but then they actually have to figure out how to build it, and I don't think that it's going to line up to like a lot of these standards that it needs to. So the design's going to change.
I mean, there build issues with all Teslas, but I have issues with my own car. But
it's not about the build issue. It's about the like pedestrian standards and all that kind of good stuff. But let's get back to the car garage.
Yeah.
You want a Tesla Roadster?
Tesla Roadster.
All right. That's
the
is
Apollo.
that the coolest?
650 miles of range.
That's the craziest
0 to 60 in
electric
under
car.
2 seconds. Oh yeah.
Aren't there other crazy electric hypercars?
There's that Neo, the Neo,
like a Pininfarina and the Batista.
Yeah, but the Batista no one's really driven it. The Neo. Remember, there's a episode of Grand Tour where
all hail the Batista.
This guy.
Yeah, there's the Spark Owl. There's the
the Spark Owl that just came out. The Rimac. That's what I was blanking on.
Mm-hmm.
The one. Yeah, the Rimac.
They got a couple really, really cool projects coming up, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, wow. All right, so you have 2 more if you choose, or are you just keeping those insane 3 cars?
I mean, who else?
Hypercar.
Do you not have like a favorite daily, like a normal person's car, like an E63? We'd love wagons here.
Oh, yeah, of course they love wagons.
Are you an E63 guy or an RS6 guy?
I'm an RS6 guy.
I just saw Nagaro.
But I just don't like Audis that much.
They're kind of, The article I recently read about
one thing that I
think Audis are cool, but I don't think I'd buy.
I saw an M3 wagon.
After owning an Audi, I don't think I'd buy another one.
It finally comes out.
I saw an M3 wagon. That was sick.
Yo, those are sick.
Where did you see that?
Up in Pennsylvania.
Was it like a real M3 wagon, or was it like somebody made it into an M3 wagon?
It was like E91, right?
Yeah. But was it like an official, or was it like a body swap?
It was an E91.
It was an E91. We talked about that.
Yeah, E91s is the body
Rodney.
number. But there's a lot of people that take that platform and then buy an M3 and swap it over. Oh, it was purple, that's why. But you know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people that, because they don't have the wagon in America, people swap over all the parts and make it the good stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know the full story behind that, but it was 2 really odd BMWs next to each other. So it was the purple E91 wagon, and then it was an M4 Grand Coupe with 4 doors.
M4 Grand Coupe?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Odd.
That is odd.
I've never seen a 4-door M4.
Neither have I.
It wasn't an M3.
Oh, M4. Yeah, I guess.
4-door M4.
Wouldn't that just
I guess
be
I've only seen
M3?
like
I've only M4 taillights.
Yeah, but I've only seen like a
430.
Yeah, like a 440 Grand Coupe,
like,
not an M4.
Yeah, I've never seen an M4 Grand.
They're definitely gonna make that too. I hate that. I hate that. Like the 3 Series is a 4-door, and then they make a 4-door. They make a 4 Series that's supposed to be a 2-door, a 4-door as well. You can get a Grand Sport. Yeah. It's like doesn't make any sense. And there's 6 Series with 4.
Dude,
there's too much. There's too.
They fucked
much
it up
choice.
when they turned the 2-door 3 Series into the 4 Series.
You're right.
All right. Well, I think that's our time, and thank you, Keys to the Jungle. Excuse me, I just had a frog in my throat. Thank you, Keys, Michael, for coming through to be on the show, coming in clutch. And thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you have any final words? You have any last words?
What's life about? Tell me what's the key to life?
Key to life?
I got the keys. I got the keys.
The man talks. Shut the hell up.
All right, never seen Cody again. All right.
Whatever.
No, I think that the a really important thing that people need to know is that life is about solving problems, and I think a lot of people don't look at life from a problem-solving perspective. If they find a problem that they want to solve, it gives them a little bit more purpose and direction in their life. And if they can identify those problems earlier in life, then they'll be better off faster.
Michael, you're wiser beyond your years. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure having you on. Guys, give him a follow, KeysToTheJungle. Get him to 200,000. But most of all, follow me because I need fucking followers. We're going to put up a graph we were looking at before of our engagement. And his engagement looks like Tokyo skyscrapers. And mine looks like the freaking Antarctic, like, drowning glaciers.
He's got tiny little peaks above the line, and then most of it is below the line.
Yeah.
Because mine's like generally good, and then I stopped posting for a while, and then I came good.
Listen, guys.
The only way is up.
All we know is life's more than followers.
It is.
It's all about good friends.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.
See you next time.
Drop
the mic.
How the fuck did you drop that?
Dude, it was gonna fall.
Why didn't you just put it the fuck back on?
Because it was gonna fall, and I don't want to fucking sit
You're
here
a
and like
dingleberry.
starts wiggling that thing, and then